So our stage is for speakers only, not for decoration. If you haven't shared the room, please kindly do so and continue to share. Again, if you are on stage, the expectation is that you are here to speak and not to decorate yourself. Thank you. Who was that guy that wanted to speak? Was it Zoe?
No, I wanted to speak.
Oh, yes, it's Zoe.
Okay, after so then we'll go to John. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak, where I can share my experience. So, if y'all look at my PCR, that's actually me when I was younger. And, like, people will always mistake me for being, like, Native American. They will always think I'm biracial. I think it's really, like, my red undertone. They will always, like, ask me, like, hey, what do you mix with? So, that's really my experience. And so, from there, I just kind of started identifying as biracial because that's how everybody, like, saw me in the world.
Wait, nigga, what?
Hello?
What? You said
Can you hear
that
me?
you look biracial?
No. So,
Can you
when
put a
I
picture
got,
up of your mom?
yeah, I can give me 1 second. Let me just finish what I was saying. So, yeah, like, that's been my experience. So, I basically, now, because, all of this shit is social construct. So, I just identify as biracial because that's been my experience. Like, throughout my lifetime, everybody would try to, like, push me in that biracial. Hello? Everybody would try to push me.
Tabby, please let the brother speak. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody would try to push me into that biracial corner. And I just didn't know because it felt like I didn't have, a community to really be around. And so I just started identifying as biracial. So that's what I identify as now. And I can PTR, a picture of my mom and my dad. Like I said, my mom is a black woman, but she's white passing. My dad's a black man, but he's Asian passing because everybody asks him, like, oh, like, you look Filipino.
Yeah,
Like,
can I be
oh,
asked?
you look, they used to be like, oh, you look Vietnamese.
Moderator, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, someone speaking. Let him finish, please.
Keep talking.
Yeah. So that's why I just wanted to come up and really just like uplift the biracial voice because I really, really, really do empathize with that experience. And I know what it feels like to like be to I know what it feels like to like be too, white for the white people, black too black for the white people and too white too how does it work?
Vietnamese, those.
Too black for the white people and too white for the black people, like too Mexican for the Asian people. Like it's a lot of dynamics that really, really go into it. And so I just really wanted to tell my story, how I came up, what's really like on my mind and on my heart today. Thank y'all for
So, do you do nails? That's all I want to know.
my actually because my dad identifies Asian, like, well, he identifies as half Vietnamese, half Filipino, because it's what everybody always said he looked like. So a part of his family in the nail business. But yeah, thank y'all for the time. If you have any questions, for me, or anything, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Y'all
So
do the
you
best. Like, where's your shop located at? Because I'll be your biggest customer.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so people were walking up to you. They were saying you look Puerto Rican.
No. So they would say like,
And Vietnamese. We gotta don't take that out.
so like if you look at my PTR,
And
right?
Filipino.
Yeah. So if you look at my PTR, you see like that's me when I was younger. You see how I was a very, very red undertone. Sometimes people would think I'm like just like a lot like Native American, or they'd be like,
Yeah, I see the red.
they'll be like, we know you're not just black. And you know, like they used to call Native Americans red back in the day, so they used to just call me red. And then if you look at my eyes, like
texture's a giveaway too.
if you look at my eyes, they slanted a little bit too. And then my hair,
and your curl pattern, bro.
that's what I was gonna say. My curl pattern also, like they was like, oh, we know you're not just black, so what are you? So they used to always take the percentage of my blackness away, and they used to put other things in it. So I just started identifying as biracial. And now everybody seems to accept me. Like when they ask me what I'm like, yeah, I'm biracial, you know. Even though my mom's really black and my dad's really black, my mom's just white passing and my dad's Asian passing, I just tell them that I'm biracial.
All right, thank you. Let's just go to like the next speaker, guys.
What's going on?
Hold on one second, guys. Please share the room. Our goal is to get to 150 shares. If everyone who hasn't shared the room, just click the arrow at the bottom of your screen. Just press it one time. You'll see share on Clubhouse. You can share up to 3 times. Just let's continue to share. All right. I think the next speaker was John. John, go ahead.
I'm going to keep it brief. I know like the whole conversation and topic is based around culture, but we have to remember that legally biracial people are black, because with the erosion of the Constitution, they're going to be put in slavery just along with us. There's going to be no different. And classically, the only reason a biracial person was allowed to move into the house was for rape purposes. You know, you have an attractive biracial woman, maybe you have an attractive biracial man, and they're going to be allowed to, quote unquote, be white because they want that person sexually. So there's no getting around the fact that at any particular point, all of us can be put into slavery. And yeah, sure, if you're living with a white mom, depending on how plugged she is within, you know, the whole Illuminati system, she might be able to keep her kids. But, you know, I even doubt that they would even consider that, because they don't want to lose status. That whole system. Because there's a certain level of brainwashing that goes in to becoming, you know, to fall in with those European belief systems that we're not exposed to on that level. So I want to be.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, someone was talking. I feel like that happened with all of the people, regardless if they were biracial or not.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, because people walk up to me and they don't say, what are you mixed with? They say, where are you from? And I know I'm first generation, so I know it's a strong gene, and you know, like my people have a look, so they're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm sounding. Okay, let's move to the next speakers, because we have people on stage who haven't spoken yet. Right. So sorry, I had to grab the mic from you. Okay, I think the next speaker is Lalita.
Yeah, you look East African, Latoya.
If Lalita has spoken, then we'll go to Lady Storm. Lady Storm, are you there?
I'm here.
Go ahead. Can you address the title, please? Thank you.
Yeah. When I first saw the title, I thought, you know, I am biracial and having also a Black experience here in America. I know also that in some photos, I hear my friends and even family members say, you look white. Girl, you look white in that picture. And then other days, girl, you look black right there. No, you're not mixed. So you can't go off one picture. I'm telling you from experience. The lighting changes things. I am actually depends on my hairstyle. I am white passing. I've been in rooms like this before with this same photo and people don't believe it, which I couldn't believe it. Y'all, it's in me. And I had a question. When I first came in the room, the lady, darn it, she left. One, I wanted to say it gets easier being biracial now that I'm dealing with adults. But yes, it's very hard in school. It was for me. And I got it mostly from the Black people. My mom would tell me they come from oppression, and they're hating on you, yeah, but just continue to be you and understand that they came from hell. All right, so my question is,
Hold on. Who came from hell?
Black people they went through hell. They went through hell. They went through slavery. I don't think that's
Hold
funny.
on 1 second. You said
She explained to me that Black people were treating me badly because of the oppression.
Hold on 1 second. I had to press the mute up button. Sorry. Tammy, mute that, please. Can somebody mute Tammy? Please, hold on. So I pressed the mute up button. You said, your mom would say, don't mind them. They came from hell. That's why I asked, who came from hell? So Black people came from hell. Okay, got it. Go ahead, keep talking.
No. They came from hell, meaning they went through some shit called slavery. Okay? It comes from being oppressed. Understand that they've been through.
Is your mom white?
Yeah, I'm getting to that. She told me that they came.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Yes or
and
no?
then ask questions.
Oh my God. They came through hell is what she said, trying to explain to me that these people were oppressed. And so they look at you and your lighter skin, and it's not you and it's not them. It's the oppressor is what how she raised me. Now, I was adopted. Yes. Hold on to your seats, y'all. Yes, I was adopted by white people, but my grandmother, my black grandmother stayed in contact with me. Now, my question is, if somebody is raised by white people who is biracial, does that erase their blackness? I'm done. Thank you.
All right, so let me just say this very, very quickly. That's why I asked where's your mom white, and thank you for answering that you were adopted by a white family. So to hear that a white family was telling you that they're hating on you, they're jealous, and they came and they are oppressed and they came from hell. To know that came from a white woman. Anyways, but thank you for your submission. Did anybody want to comment to what she just submitted?
Yeah, can I just comment on that real quick? I understand what you were trying to say. You were trying to say that they went through hell, not came from hell. But it's not a matter of does it erase your blackness, because you're biracial, so that doesn't erase it. However, how do you move through society will be determined based upon how you were up or how you were brought up. So if you don't feel like you experience most of the black experience, that is your you can only determine that. We can't determine that for you. So if you feel like you were treated more white because you say that you're white passing, but you're raised by white adoptive parents, that's one thing. But if you were saying that you had the black experience while being biracial, then you could say I identify more with being black. Does that make sense?
I appreciate that very much. I do identify as black. I wasn't asking for that part. I was just wanting people to think, you can't erase anybody's blackness. I guess only their self can. And thank you very much for that response. I appreciate it because I've already gone through that questioning of myself, and I am very comfortable in expressing my blackness, no matter my background and who raised me. So I appreciate that.
I'd love to tag on to
I just want to say, just from what you've said, I don't think you're white passing at all. You look like a beautiful black woman. That's all. Who wanted to respond?
Yeah, how you doing? I wanted to say something real quick. How you doing?
No, there was somebody that had. Oh, you've already spoken, John. What did you want to say?
I mean, we'd have to look at like we were talking about Spanish people and just like the whole like Latin America aspect. Those are great examples of, like how divides can really cause like people, and how these constructs of slavery, really cause massive divides. If you look at Hispaniola, which we both which is modern day now, is called Haiti and the Dominican Republic. They all came from the same group of slaves. But what separates them is that the Haitians were the ones that were out in the field, and the people from the Dominican Republic were the ones that were in the house and all the house servants.
Okay. Got it. You're basically repeating the same thing you just said, so let's just go back on. Thank you. Empress, are you there? Miss Empress? Are you on stage to speak or to decorate yourself? Okay.
Did you call me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, I'm on stage to speak, but I'm just walking into my house. Can someone go before me?
Yes.
I can.
Who says I can't? You just came on the stage. Let's Tracy go. Tracy, go ahead.
Okay.
So I'll answer to that.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I am a parent of a biracial son whose father is white, to be specific, Irish American. I'm a Black American, both sides of my mother and father, Black American. So I knew, and I'm older. I'm like at the top of the Generation X. So I came through being taught and understanding the one drop rule, and understanding that if this was 1835, that this child that I was carrying at the time, we would be on the auction block together. So that's how I raised my son, to understand that he's in America and that he's Black, understanding that he was going to go or have the tragic mulatto experience, but he needed to understand and not side with or play down the middle and just say, I'm strictly biracial. So my son is 31. He would tell you that he is a Black biracial person. He is light skinned. He's not white passing.
Is he lighter than
He, like the DeBarges, like El DeBarge. I don't know. I know y'all are young on here. I'm trying to think of someone.
the DeBarge?
Well, so if my son, so the DeBarges back when I was in the 70s, so in the 70s, he had two older brothers that had, the one that had especially big afro. So when my son, grows his hair, which he has now, it grows out, not down. But if he cuts it low, real low, it's straight. And if he shaves off his facial hair, like now he's got a mustache and a goatee. So he just looks like a light-skinned Black person. Yeah. And maybe just a wee bit lighter because of his Irish father. Like, it's hard for him to get a tan. He can't get a tan in the summertime, unfortunately. But if he were to shave his facial hair off and cut his hair like real low, he would look more like like a North African or a Latino type.
Well, hold on. We don't want to get into his phenotype too much. But
okay, good.
So
I raised him. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you mentioned that you knew that being born as a biracial, there is going to be a special circumstance and struggles that he would have to face. Knowing that, did you consider that prior to you having a Caucasian spouse to then have biracial kids? Did that come to mind at all? So
no. No, not for me, because again, I'm in my 50s, so my understanding automatically, this is a Black child. I'm a Black woman or a Black person having a Black child, a Black offspring. In my head, not a biracial offspring or a biracial child. I'm having a black child.
How does this
hold on. That is an interesting point that she just made, because she's a black woman. Her child, to her, she's going to see that when she's having a black child, as opposed to if you were white, you would be seeing her. Okay, I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
So I could I couldn't hear what you said, but I was trying to hear what you said.
Tracy, you have to mute your mic.
Yeah, you have to mute your mic, Stacey. Tracy. Because I think that when I speak over, I was just trying to say that I see your
Thank you,
point.
Zoe, because that was bad.
Yeah, because you're the one that basically you're having the child. So for you, you're having a black child because you're a black woman, as opposed to if you were a white woman, maybe you'd feel like you were having a mixed child. That's interesting that you thought of it that way. But Tracy, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, okay, sure. So someone asked the question, how did the father feel? So he felt conflicted. Because we're the same age, so he knew the reality of America, but he did tell me he would prefer to see, to him, in his eyes, his son is mixed. And I said, but that's not the reality. And that's not how he's going to be raised, point blank, period, because I don't want him being confused about who he is in this country and not knowing and not living in reality like Meghan Markle, So he accepted that and he understood it because he understands his people. But he did share how he felt about it. But he understood it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. That's interesting, because I know when some people come up on stage to talk about the biracial struggle, the question does beg, well, not you, Tracy, because you didn't do that. It's like, well, you chose to have a Caucasian spouse. I don't mind interracial dating at all, but if you choose it willingly, you already know what it is, right? And you kind of have to, balance it out. In my opinion, I think it's the best of both worlds, honestly. Multiple cultures. I think that's beautiful, but everyone has their own opinion. Okay, let's go to Keith. Keith, go ahead. Mr. Keith.
Yeah, I'm here. So I'm going to start with the title of the room. So are biracial people black? The answer would be no. They're biracial. There's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of times I think a lot of people go with this whole narrative of if you interbreed, the baby is still black, because they have this notion that the black gene is dominant, which I do not believe. And they also believe in that one drop rule, which is inherently racist. It was an imperialist tactic. I think we know, to be fair, that when you're black, and I'm taking my take, I look at black people as who have two black parents, right? Two black African-American parents. Doesn't abide, if you have an African parent and a black American parent, that makes you African-American. But when you say black, that to me means that you have two African-American parents or two black parents, essentially, which we know is, those from chattel slavery who are native to America in that sense. I think when we have conversations that go around about the appearance of people, that to me kind of gets a little murky for me, because I do believe in genetic, and my genetic concept is that majority rules. So if you are black and you have a white child, that child is biracial. If that child breeds or has a kid with somebody else who's white, the blackness starts to disintegrate. So that doesn't make that blackness does not continue to carry on in the same way that white genetic would, right? So if you want to go with that, that is how I look at it. Somebody on the panel earlier today said something about erasure, but also having a biracial kid. That's also erasure to your inherent blackness. So I don't understand why we say it's erasure and black. People say that I don't think that because your child is biracial that he is considered quote unquote black. But then you're breeding outside of your community and then saying, oh well, they're not treated like a black person. You didn't want to have a fully black child. You wanted to have a biracial child, so that is okay. And their experience is theirs. I think that we try to lump everybody into this whole black community thing, and everybody who's biracial is black. I don't see people like Janae Aiko as being black. Mariah Carey is biracial herself. Meghan Markle is also biracial. But if you wanted somebody who was black, it'd be somebody like a Viola Davis. She's visibly black. Her experience would be black, and her parents are also black. You can't be trying to lump Janae Aiko, who is Asian and black, and say, oh, she's black because she has black blood. That doesn't work that way. If she would have met or breeded with somebody who was Asian, that percentage of black would be less in majority rule. So if the baby's genetic is 75% Asian and 25% black, that baby can identify as Asian. That baby cannot say that they're black. They can say they have black descent, but they're not black. And I think we just kind of like focus on that a little bit, because I think it is going to come down to percentages. I know we can go all the way back and say, well, all black people in America may have some form of white ancestry due to slavery. I don't necessarily believe that either, but that's just me. But I land my plane there.
Absolutely.
Okay, that made no
and
sense.
As much as I love Janae Aiko, fine ass, you're right, bro. And I get mad when they try to do that. So thank you.
She black.
Yeah,
too.
she's identified as black.
Stop it.
But someone said they're not. That doesn't make any sense. But don't people get mad? I feel like a lot of black people get mad when she says they're 1/8 black or whatever. Like, what are we talking about?
Okay.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask David. Ask him what question did you want to ask him?
Okay, those of us who are on this stage that have biracial children, since he's saying, about the ratios, right? So, okay, my daughter has a child with a white man, right? Let's say, even though she's black and Native American, she has a child with a white man. What does that make my grandkids? If she has a child with a black man, what does that make my grandkids? Or does that determine what my grandkids are?
You said that she's biracial. She has a kid with a white person.
Yeah.
What does that make her?
What does that make my grandkids? And if she has,
they'll be biracial. They won't be black.
What culture is he from? What is his ethnic group? Because that's not shared in Black American culture.
Yes, it
They would
is.
not be biracial.
It's not.
They would not be biracial.
It is too.
Like, they would have more. Anyway.
Then explain Adam Clayton Powell. Explain Holly Berry. Explain Barack Obama.
Explain
They're
the
biracial.
society. Explain the color test.
Explain Barack Obama.
Yeah. Explain the brown paper bag test.
That's because people have taken they have taken the notion of the one drop.
Abasi, are you on stage to speak?
Yeah, I'm here.
Abasi?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. It's really interesting to see. I think Black Americans, they are similarly culturally to Jews. Jews, they trace their lineage back from their mother's side. So if your mother's a Jew, then you're a Jew. That's fine. You can do that. That's your own culture. Fair enough. But with someone like me who is, Arab, African, our culture is, we trace from the father's side. If your father is something, then you are also that thing, and that kind of makes more sense to me. But race is separate from culture. It's separate from lineage. Race is something which was developed by Europeans. So it's funny when people start saying that these biracials are black, when clearly we can see that they are not black. Black people have kinky hair, 4C to 4A, a wider nose, They look like the Nigerian person, Igbo person or Yoruba person. That is the primordial example of black. You can't tell me Mariah Carey is black. You can't tell me all of these biracials are black, There's a test I like to, do when we ask these questions. It's called the Congo test. Take Mariah Carey or Chris Brown to Congo and let them decide if that person is black. Whatever answer they give is the answer, they have to start identifying with, They say they're not black, then they're not black. Because that is where you find the most prime example of blackness, We know what the best example is. The best example is Western Central African, that kind of phenotype, like I already mentioned. Whitish nose, big lips, 4C to maybe like 4A.
You are a Somali troll. But anyways, let me just move on. That is a Somali troll. Let's just move on. Let me refresh my screen to see the order where people came on. Okay, let's go to Umut. Umut, go ahead.
Hey guys, first of all, I'm a foreigner to you all. I'm Turkish. I live in here, and I barely don't know about American culture and things that you taught me about. I kind of know, but I'm finding out by this group. So thank you all for the shared information. First question that I want to ask is, what comes to your mind about race when people say that they're Turkish? Because when I go abroad, I face with so many different questions. What race are you from? Like, where are you from? Are you like Arab or a European? Or what are you? Are you an Asian? Because like 90% of Turkey geographically located in Asia, so doesn't make you an Asian. I faced with these kind of questions, and first thing that I want to say is Turkish is a race, and but however, most of Turkish people are not Turkish; they're biracial. They're mixed with some different races. But I just want to find out what do you think about this, and I don't know how to define my race because I never came up with this question.
Right, moving right along. You are a white Caucasian. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You'll be up here just to talk. Jamar, go ahead.
Okay, and I'm back ready as well.
Okay.
Whenever.
All right, hold on. After Jamar. Jamar, go ahead. Jamar, are you on stage?
She can go ahead. She can go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Empress.
Okay, so to the question of the room, are biracial people Black? No, they're not Black. They're biracial. And I don't, or Black when it is convenient. Yeah, I think they can teeter and totter back and forth when it's convenient for them. But as a Black person, I don't think they should identify the same way that I do. And I'm not responsible for how they feel about it or how, if they've chosen to have kids with other races. I'm not responsible for the acceptance of their children. If they're biracial, I'm not responsible for their acceptance. That's just how I feel about it. And I think we need to put a little bit more protection over our community. We can't just allow anyone and everyone to come in. I as a community, we're very welcoming. We're very, compared to other communities that are a little bit more territorial, we're very welcoming. And I think almost too much, to the point where people are able to just come and get what they need and then leave when they're ready. And I think we need to be very mindful of that. And it's not a bad thing. We're not racist for that. We're not prejudiced for that. It's just protecting what's ours, what's rightfully ours. And that's all I have to say.
Are you biracial?
No, I am not. I'm Black. Caribbean.
Thank you, Empress.
No problem.
Can I ask a question? Not to Empress.
Wait, why'd she ask that though? Oh, I'm curious.
I think that's the entry question for everybody. Like, you stay what you are.
No, I'm saying, did you ask her that because she's light skinned?
Oh, I didn't ask that question.
I did say I'm Black at the beginnings.
No, she did ask because she light skinned though. But if you see Empress picture, she got the flash on or the sun, because on her page, she's darker than she is in her PTR. But that was a valid question because she does look very light on her PTR.
Wait, are we gonna do the ignorant thing and say that because someone's light skinned they're not Black?
Oh no!
No, I'm saying that's why I asked the question.
It's not biracial. Biracial is two different races.
Exactly.
I have Black features, so I'm Black.
Yeah, so I was going to ask.
No, I definitely agree, Empress. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was just asking, because people do that to me all the time.
Yeah, people do that to me too. But I was going to ask, does Black...
Yeah, I didn't catch the beginning part about, what she said.
Right, BT, check your back channel. Check your back channel, BT.
I was going to ask, does Black have a look? Because I don't really think it have a look. Or I think it have a look maybe sometimes.
Bruh, hey, so I'm going to say...
We're not going to entertain that question.
Yeah.
We're not going to entertain that question.
You don't think it's a good question? Okay.
Jamal, you ready? Okay, I don't think Jamar is there. Hi, Mike. Are you trying to...
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
You remember the lady I was talking earlier? I forgot her name, but she said that her parents had told her that Black people came from hell, right? as we know, hell is a state of mind. So we take that into consideration, hell being a state of mind. She was absolutely right. We actually are still in hell right now. And Christ is in hell with us right now, the Son of Man. And he's going to get us out of hell to bring heaven back on earth. Just letting y'all know that. The Son of Man is back.
Wait, hold on. Christ is in hell? Who is he?
What? The Son of Man.
What?
You know the Bible you read? What? Hold on, you know the Bible you read? You know that big old Bible?
If you guys don't know, he's a Yaju. So let me give you. So Yaju is a man on social media who claims that he is Christ, and whatever is in the Bible has not happened yet. Is more so future prophecy. Yaju has a lot of followers on Clubhouse and social media, and he goes around saying that he is Christ, meaning he is basically Christ. And
makes sense now. The madness.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm about to go smoke some crack and listen to this shit.
That's a bunch of lies, and don't let people fool you. He an antichrist.
They hate Jesus. They hate Jesus. So I'm cool. I'm cool. Y'all hating me. I'm Jesus, by the way. Just letting y'all know that.
Yeah, where's my crack pipe? Where's my crack pipe?
You know what Jesus mean, right?
Jamal, I
Jesus
came up to
just the
tell
body
you,
of God.
I rebuke you in Jesus' name. I rebuke you in the real name of Jesus.
Jesus means just us. That's the name. That's how you pronounce it. Just us.
Hey, Christ is let me get back to the topic. Let's get back to the topic, man. Remove that.
All right.
All right, man. I mean, whatever. I'm just saying, they hated Jesus.
I heard you. Hamid, are you there? Hamid?
We can't let him rock? Let him rock for like 5 good minutes.
All right, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, they did hate Jesus, and I think Jesus was
When he gets to
Jamal,
Jesus,
go ahead.
it's the just us. That's the Mason stuff. But go ahead.
Jamal, go ahead.
Okay, I got one for you. Isaiah chapter 52, verse 6, right? Here we go. Therefore, my people shall know my name. Yaju Judas of Christ, okay? That's his name. Therefore, they shall know in that day. In that day means it's a future, is a prophecy. That's going to happen at a certain time. This is that day. That I am he that doth speak, behold, it is I. So his messengers speak for him when he's not around. So yes, I am a real archangel. I'm a real messenger. Just because you didn't know, messengers are angels. So you have to get the right understanding of these things. So, and by the way, we are African Americans are the real Ethiopians. We was taken from our land. Yeah, so a lot of people in here need to do their research and to figure out who the real African Americans. Like African Americans, not even a real ethnicity. Ethiopians, we're from East Africa. Just to let y'all know that, by the way. Christ had to tell us
Can I ask you a question real quick? What do you smoke? Because I've kind of not been in the mood today, and I'm looking to be as delusional as you. So whatever you smoke, let me know.
Fentanyl.
Thank you.
The ganja, my man, the ganja. The herb from the earth, man. Marijuana, the herb from the earth. That's the herb.
Let me tell you.
I'm an herbivore.
When I used to smoke herb, when I used to smoke herb, it never used to freak me out like that. No ways that.
I'm an herbivore. I eat herbs. I smoke herbs. I take herbs. You know what I'm saying? I'm an herbivore. We all should be herbivores. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
We can tell.
All right.
This guy, let me tell you.
Is there anyone on stage who has yet to speak and would like to address the titles?
Yes, me.
Something?
It was
okay, Hamid, go ahead.
Yes, I'll make this quick. I do agree basically with. I don't think biracial people have to claim black. I think black people ought to stop claiming people that are not black. These people are just biracial. And they should be able to choose who they want to identify with. Also, people need to respect the fact that there are other cultures that have different cultural, like I kind of agree with Abbasi. This is in any major Muslim country, you basically are what your father is. So if your father is white, then you're white, no matter if your mother is black or not. And the same way, if your father is black, and your mother's white, you're still black in that case. So it's paternal lineage. Only in the U.S. have they done this matriarchal weird culture, and that's basically the dominant white society dominating black society by basically and keeping their lineage pure from blackness, while and letting black people accept everybody. That just makes you guys, well, I can't say you guys, but that just makes black people look bad, not the white people. White people are protecting their lineage from any blackness. They don't, and blackness from their society. So yeah, no, like I said, I think black people, and it comes this idea of biracials being black. This comes from the days of slavery, basically. You know, that's, you guys then had no choice whatsoever when it comes to accepting and the white man's child, and you had no choice to it was like you have to accept it, whether you like it or not. You just have to. The whole black community has to accept it. But yeah, that's just all I have to say.
This is dumb. That means my mama white and I'm biracial. I'm black. That's
Kim, could I add to this? Can I make a submission?
Dumb logic. Can I respond to that?
Guys, we are
What he said is correct.
Like, no, that's just stupid.
We are flipping this room shortly. Right after this, the next room is on Black people from Africa. Think about that question. Just really, I don't.
Well,
don't
some
answer,
of what he
said. Don't answer. Just
okay.
So let me
Kim,
just
can
get
I
in here real quick because this is crazy.
Did you guys hear anything I said?
Yeah, we heard you. That there's going to be a room after this about our African Americans.
Thank you for listening. No, I said are all Black people from Africa.
Oh, okay.
Think about the question. Go ahead and speak, Grace.
Okay, yeah. So, I just want to see a show of like blinking of your mics and stuff. Yeah. How many of you guys have ever marched for biracial people to stop identifying as black? How many of you
What's the question?
How many of you have ever marched for biracial people to stop identifying as black?
I don't understand their language.
What do you mean by march?
Oh, Jesus Lord!
Are you American?
It's as it doesn't matter if I'm.
What do you mean by march?
It's
like
as
in the streets?
Okay.
Clearly, she's not. Like,
can you guys stop speaking when I'm speaking? Thank you. Yeah, I just said blink your mic. I didn't say speak. I want to see how many of you guys have ever marched for biracial people to stop identifying as black.
What do you mean by march?
Okay, nobody.
What do you mean by
march? In march, as in carry your two left legs and do left, right on the streets for biracial people to stop identifying. Okay. How many people will march for biracial people to stop identifying as being black?
This is our organizing for the march.
Nobody.
Okay, so nobody. Okay, so
this is Europe. I would.
The real reason why I ask those questions is a lot of people are screaming and shouting about what they feel and how they feel and who they want to and who they shouldn't. But none of you guys are doing anything about it. So why are you sitting here telling other people how to identify? It doesn't make
marches happening in America.
You can I finish speaking, please?
Grace has a point.
Can I?
Right, yeah. No, she doesn't, yeah.
Can I finish speaking?
The point is, yeah, that these conversations start in the right direction.
Don't overtalk the woman. She wasn't done speaking. Let her finish now. Come on.
Stage, meaning the mods clearly wanted anybody to speak. So I will speak whether you like it or not. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Go ahead, love.
Cool. So my point is, a lot of people want to sit here and pick and choose and say, oh, you identify as black. You're not allowed to. You this, you that. At the end of the day, you need to understand the construct of white and black. They both were created by white people. If white people tell a bunch of people that they are black, unfortunately, was the term not created by white people? Do you want to argue that?
What?
Do you want to argue that race, the race concept wasn't created by white people? Do you want to argue that?
It is true. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So the point that we need to understand here is, technically, white people created that term. As much as we want to gatekeep from now till tomorrow. If somebody is identified as a black person by white people, we can't sit here and tell them, sorry, because I am black and you don't look like me, you are not allowed to identify as black, because it doesn't change anything. I think this is one of them conversations that we have with, like, let's say AUS, where they say, oh, they want all immigrants out of the country, but it's something that you really cannot change. It's just
Ain't
a bunch
you in the
of,
UK?
I'm going to tell you, I am from the UK. We get it.
Yeah.
You can hear it from my
Okay,
voice.
black
I'm from
black
the UK.
black is
But
American.
again,
color.
just like you can't say who identifies as black is the same way you can't shut me up. Do you get the point? It's a bunch of talking, but nothing is going to be done because none of you guys are willing to march to create the change. Instead, you're just going to stay here talking about what you want.
We have a march tomorrow,
but nothing is going to change. So that's the point I wanted to make.
Grace.
It is what it is.
Grace.
If you want to
Grace,
get angry,
hold on.
Can
I just say this to Grace real
in
quick?
the
I just want to say this to Grace real quick.
Case, please.
Okay, alright guys, so we are flipping this room. I know that somebody else wanted to add to the conversation. So BT, you can give this like maybe 3 minutes for people to like give their lasting thoughts.
Can I go first, BT?
I want to go before you close the room.
Yeah, let Brooklyn speak because she hasn't spoken. Please, Tammy, you have to mute up, please. Thank you, Tammy.
You on the highway. We don't want to hear that.
I just want to say, Kim.
That she has a car. Guys, the next room is all black people from Africa. I'm about to go start.
Kim, wait a minute before you start. I just want to tell you that I love this shit. Like, and I love the fact that you let Jamal speak, because that fucking Yaju shit really tickles me. Like, it really is like the most entertainment that is on this app, because these people really believe this dumbass shit. As far as the fucking the mixies are concerned, like, y'all just mixies, and it's okay. Like, it's alright to be a mixie. We love you still. And that's all I gotta say. But yo, Yaju and them, that shit is the fun. Yeah, that is so funny.
Listen, Yaju is in, like, I've been trying to like get like a little discussion with like the Yaju Jesus one. He be on Clubhouse and he walk around saying that he's Jesus. I sent him a message for like a discussion. Like, how do you wake up and say you're like Jesus? That's
I just want to know about, like, how do he convince these folks to follow him? Because I want to do that too. Like, I want to call the fuck.
Okay, I'm about to go start the next room. BT, you there?
Go ahead, I got it.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys, I'm starting that one. Thanks.
All right, Pyramid, go ahead.
BT, how do you not be laughing at this shit?
I do. That's why I stay on mute.
Hey, I was just thinking to the brother, to the Vietnamese brother. I'm from North Carolina. I don't know if anybody else is from there. But when you do birth certificate, they go off the race of your father in North Carolina. So
that shit is so stupid.
Amazing.
That's
how it's supposed to be, naturally.
It shouldn't be like
unless
that.
if your father does not sign your birth certificate, they'll go off the race of your mother.
Of
but
course.
if your father signs your birth certificate, you only see the selection to select the race in the category for the father when you fill out the form for birth. I've delivered 2 kids in North Carolina, and it's not even a selection for the mother to choose what race her child is. Where the mother chooses her race. Where the father's category is, it has it for him. When you get the birth certificate, it'll put the same thing as the father.
Somebody need to get them to change that stupid shit, because you are what your incubator is. These niggas don't raise.
No. Men carry seed.
Hold on.
Men carry seed. Women don't.
People can lie about the paternity. That's dumb shit.
Let me say why you are what your incubator is. Because first of all, when they do DNA tests, they do it based on mitochondrial DNA. Number 1. Number 2, y'all niggas don't be raising. Hold on. Let me say what I'm gonna say. Y'all niggas don't be raising these kids
from white DNA. White DNA is the paternal one.
So basically,
Y'all niggas don't raise the kids, so y'all don't have no say in how the kids fucking end up in the
Won't
first
stop
place.
having babies by deadbeat niggas.
Hold on. That's why, and not even married motherfuckers, that men don't do the raising. The fucking women do. That's why the kids always end up more like their mother than their father, because their father is out doing whatever, working or whatever the fuck.
Bitter women do shit like that.
So
can we get back on track so we can say something?
In marriages, do the raising
all right.
of the
Can
kids.
we get back on track? BT, can we get back on track?
This doesn't happen in the Ethereum community.
No,
We're good.
Go ahead, Creed.
I think Zelzo wanted to say something, and then other people.
Oh, I was gonna say. So, I mean, I feel like what we come to in this conversation is because just like me, like, you know, there's other people who are like me. We identify as biracial, even though, you know, you could be black or white. You just identify as biracial. You have people that are biracial, that identify as black, that identify as white. You have white people that identify as black people that identify as white. I think that, you know, that's really how it should be. Like, if we really think about it, that's the most functional way that it should be. So, in this conversation, I don't think I want to be biracial tomorrow, but I've been biracial my whole life.
So everyone go ahead and click the link at the top. We're going to shut this one down. Because y'all niggas is wildin'.
And then I want to say one last thing, if I could. I want to say that I understand the 4C supremacists are mad, and they want to assert their anger and rage against us multi-generational mixed people with silky hair, and I understand that. But you're going to have to get through your trauma and your anger and rage and really work that out psychologically. It's called psychotherapy.
And I wanted to speak before the room
light skins are fucking oppressed. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Okay, hold on. Okay, the sister said that us women raise the kids. Have you ever seen a single mother that raises kids and they still act like a
Following the black dog.
I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 of my eyes. Yeah, in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. Let me hide my mind.